This is number 24. It says line A is represented by the equation 2x plus 5y equals negative 10. Line A and line B intersect at point 5, negative 4. If these lines are perpendicular, that's what this sign means, if A is perpendicular to B, then what's the equation that represents line B? Well, for two lines to be perpendicular, their slopes have to be opposite reciprocal. That's what we're going to start with, is this line A, okay, of 2x plus 5y minus 10. And we've got to find, or equals negative 10. We've got to find the slope for this line. So the first thing I'm going to do is put it into slope-intercept form. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, and 5y is going to equal negative 2x minus 10. Then I'm going to get y by itself because I'm going to divide every single term by 5. Okay, that leaves me with y equals negative 2/5 x minus 2. So what is the slope for line A? Line A has a slope. This is y equals mx plus b, so my slope is negative 2/5. Now for them two lines to actually be perpendicular, I need the opposite reciprocal slope. So in line B, I need to use the slope that's opposite in value. So if this one's negative, it means my slope here is going to be positive. And the reciprocal, which means we need to flip this fraction. So positive 5/2 is the slope of the new line. Now, we need to look at what they gave us. It says they both intersect at this point, which means that this equation, both equations actually go through that. So I need a slope of 5/2, and I need it to pass through the point 5, negative 4. So we're going to go back to slope-intercept form here, and we're going to plug in our information because what we don't know is our b, our y-intercept. And whenever you write the equation of a line, you need to know your slope and your y-intercept. So my slope here is 5/2 times, I know the value of x, we're going to make it to be 5. Okay, we're still trying to find b, and the y is going to be negative 4. So now we need to solve for b. So 5/2 times 5 is going to be, if we're going for fractions here, then you're going to take your answer, and we've got 25/2 plus b. So basically what we did is we put this over 1, so that gave me 25 over 2 equals negative 4. Now to move it, we're going to subtract 25/2 from both sides. These cancel, and b is going to be whatever negative 4 minus that 25/2 is. And that's going to give me negative 33/2. So now I've got my b. So let's plug it in. Y equals 5/2 x minus 33/2. Do we see our answer up here? No, but it doesn't mean that it's none of these yet, because these two are in a different form. I already know it's not this answer because my slopes don't match and the y-intercepts don't match. But it could potentially be one of these two answers. So let's go ahead and put it in standard form like they have, where it's ax plus by equals c. So to do that, we're going to move the x back to the other side. Okay, that gives me negative 5/2 x plus y equals this negative 33/2. The next thing I notice is they don't have any fractions. So let's go ahead and get rid of these numbers here. We can clear the fractions out by getting rid of these 2's. So this says divide by 2. So if I take this whole function here and multiply by 2, then when I multiply this by 2, I get negative 5. When I multiply the y by 2, sorry, negative 5x. When I multiply the y, I get 2y equals, and then the 2's here would cancel, leaving me with negative 33. That actually matches answer choice A. So that is the same. If you did not like what I did here, another option you had was, once you knew that this was your equation here from before, then you could have solved this for y to see that they would both match. So if you didn't like what I did here, then just solve both of these for y and see if either one of them matched, and you would have found it would have been answer choice A.